Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Iconic Repaints, back with a new custom pop video. Today I'm going to be showing off my newest custom Funko Pop. I typically have been going in order from the earliest Funko Pops to the more recent ones, but this is actually the last one I've done. I shipped this out last week, and since I just so happen to have all the files, the pictures, the videos on my phone, I figured let me make a video for this really quick and kind of get this out so I can remove those files. I really probably only have about 6 or 7 Funko Pops that I kind of skipped over to do this one, so it's really not that big of a deal. But anyway, this is King Deadpool. He's from a comic book series or book. It's called King Deadpool as well. This is a deluxe Funko Pop, so it's a little bigger. It's got the base and everything like that, much like the Absolute Carnage Funko Pop that I did, that I basically made into more of a traditional Carnage. This one I was commissioned to do this guy, and I was given free reign. There really was no direction that I was put in, so there's just 3 things I really wanted to do with this pop. The first one being I wanted to add detail to Deadpool himself, put some lines and shading and texture into the costume, give, kind of try to show off a little more of his musculature. The second thing I wanted to do was the throne. I just felt like for Deadpool, that throne was way too clean, too pristine and everything like that. The Deadpool I've always read kind of just has things that are falling apart, a little dirty, so I did that with the throne. I wanted to kind of make it look like it was a throne that was sitting outside by like a dumpster or something like that, and he just kind of took it for himself. And I dirtied up like the carpet. I added blood all over it because Deadpool gets blood on everything. And then the third thing I wanted to do was the monster or sea creature, whatever this is. I wanted to kind of, you know what? I keep calling it a sea creature, and I painted on it like it was a sea creature, thinking it was a sea creature. This could very well be an alien. I didn't read this book. Now that it's just hitting me now that's probably an alien. But anyway, when I thought it was a sea creature, I wanted to kind of just make it pop. The color for the original pop was actually really nice, but I also wanted to do like throw different shades in there, different colors. If this was a sea creature, I mean, I know a lot of the ones that would possibly look like that would have really vibrant colors and kind of have like a bioluminescence effect going on. So I wanted to try to achieve something like that using the paints that I had. Nothing glow in the dark or anything like that, or sparkly or pearlescent, but just basic acrylic paints mixed with some metallic paints, and pretty happy with the effect it gave. I think it's a really cool looking piece, if I don't say so myself. I love the way the back of this looks with the tentacles going up the chair. I mean, the colors just really look strong. I did change Deadpool's expression. I put more of a like the little smirky winky face thing that he does. And in fact, it's actually more accurate to the cover of the book that this was taken from anyway, so that's a good fit. Deadpool is I'm surprised I've never did a Deadpool custom. They're everywhere, and that's kind of like why I kind of stayed away from them, because I didn't want to get sucked into doing Deadpool customs. I mean, there's a Deadpool custom for like everything. It's definitely oversaturated at this point. There's just too much Deadpool, but he is a great character. He was not really famous in the 90s. He was more like a really like only people who really read comic books religiously knew him. It wasn't like Batman or Spider-Man where he kind of like launched with his own title. He was basically mostly associated with the X-Men. He was a villain. Then he eventually got paired up with Cable. They had a nice strong run, Cable and Deadpool. And then just kind of over the years, he's gotten more and more popular to the point where there was so much backlash at how bad the Deadpool character was treated in the X-Men Origins movie, Wolverine Origins movie. And while it was really nice to see Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds kind of go bicker back and forth on the screen, it was a far cry from the actual Deadpool that everybody came to love. So years went by. We didn't think we'd get a real Deadpool on screen. So there was petitions started, and Ryan Reynolds got wind of it, and he kind of started promoting it himself, and that was enough. So finally Fox kind of decided to take the risk on it. They made an R-rated Deadpool movie, and it was a big success, and we got a sequel. And now Deadpool's into the MCU, still played by Ryan Reynolds, but unfortunately we are missing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine again. Still hoping that that actually is something that comes into fruition. I know Hugh Jackman said he's done playing Wolverine, but God, it's got to be a little hard to resist being on screen with Ryan Reynolds as two characters that both have healing factors, could have like some really epic fight scenes, but you know, constantly bicker back and forth. It's like it would be like a really bad buddy cop movie. Yeah, there's so much potential there. Anyway, Deadpool, a little behind the scenes stuff about him that's important. He breaks the fourth wall. He's one of the few characters that do that, especially that I know of. He knows he's a comic book character, so it's a little jarring. And even within the context of the stories, like he'll say some random things, and then the other characters don't know what the hell he's talking about. So like Deadpool will often refer to like the writers as the people who really are in control of all the lives of like the characters. And you know, you'll have like the X-Men, for instance, look at him like he's batshit insane. That's another thing. Deadpool's also batshit insane. So he's got this really amped up healing factor. It's stronger than Wolverine's. I think, at least that was the case. I'm not sure if that still is, but he not only could heal from every injury, he also is basically driven to insanity just through the overactive, just changes his body's constantly going through. And I know he had cancer when he was experimented on. So not only are his good cells constantly being repaired or reborn and regenerated, but so are his bad cells. They're just kind of part of him, and I guess the healing factor at this point couldn't tell the difference. So he's kind of stuck in this really torturous state, and you know, it just kind of makes him a really wild and unpredictable fighter and mercenary. He's called a merc with a mouth because he's always talking crazy shit. And he was created to be, I don't know if he was kind of like a slap in the face or just a tribute or what, but so DC has Deathstroke, who's the mercenary, and he's like a guy who could kick Batman's ass. He has a few times. He's really badass. He's just one of those most dangerous people alive kind of status. And Marvel didn't, and his name is Deathstroke's name is Slade Wilson. Marvel is Wade Wilson. So Marvel wasn't even really trying to be too nuanced about it. He's just a straight gimmicky version of Deathstroke, just more over the top. And so yeah, that's basically Deadpool. That's this pop. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Let me know in the comments, you know, when did you become a fan of Deadpool? And yeah, keep it tuned. Got more coming. Peace.